Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the step up spawn that just came out. Okay, so let's go over this one. This one's going to be a bit complicated to talk about because it really goes either direction. It really depends on how strong you are or where your gear score is at. Okay, so this is going to be a 50 step up gem spawn. So with the deal they have, this one's not bad whatsoever. But even then, there's still some risk involved. Even if this would be coming out as helpful to you, there's still some risk involved. Don't get me wrong though, this is a pretty fantastic deal. Especially for 10 gems, getting an SSR select gear piece is definitely a good deal, all hands down. Even if it's what I'm going to be showing you. That's definitely very nice. Unless it's like lower than 30 cost, then that's not really good. But anyways, let me actually talk about what they have in here. Okay, so they got I think it's like 2 36s, so they don't have much 36s, even though 37 costs are out, so that's kind of bad. They have some 35s in here, and then after that they have some 34s, some 33s. They go as low as 32 cost monsters right here, so that's pretty much where they end up at, is going all the way down to 32 cost monsters. Good abilities, don't get me wrong, but they're a bit outdated, both stat wise and battle score wise. And then they start off with 36 cost armors and 35 cost weapons, and then they go as low as 32 cost armors and 31 cost weapons. If you want to see the rest of what they have here, you can. They have a lot of fatals in here. I'm not gonna say, yeah, they have a lot of fatals in here. Armor wise, they have a lot of fatals. Most of these armors are actually pretty helpful. The weapons are a bit iffy, but for the most part, a lot of these armors are going to be more on the helpful side. So that's very, very interesting because. And then we got fire element armors right here, so if you definitely need fire element, they're here. But again, these are going to be random. They're not going to just pop out guaranteed, so I just want to warn you about that. But ironically, they have a lot of fatals in there. So they have 3 sets of, I think, fatals, so that's very, very nice. And then one of them is going to be like the lower cost. So anyways, let me actually talk about the step up spawn. The reason I'm saying that is because step up spawns are pretty basic. The lower the cost, the higher the rates of it going to appear are out of it. And out of everything I showed you there, it's going to be pretty much random. Like, you might get anything out of there. You could get legitimately, you could spawn this as a lancer, right, and get like a staff, and then you could get like a bow, and then you could get like a soldier, or not soldier, but like archer or mage stat monster. So you could legitimately spawn this for 50 gems and legitimately get nothing helpful for your lancer. The chances of that happening 3 times in a row are going to be a bit harder to actually do, considering you have 3 shots at getting something that could be helpful for your class. But it is possible. It's definitely out there. So that's what I'm saying. This is going to be a bit iffy. Personally, the higher, like, if your gear score is high, right, it's not going to be all too worth it because you're not going to get anything really too good out of it. Like, you could spawn this and get lucky, but for the most part, out of most of everything you're going to be spawning in this gear selection and the monster selection, well, just the whole step up spawn, right, is going to be of a lower cost, and it's really not going to help out. There, like, for me, I'm 869k right now. If I were to do the step up spawn, the only thing that might help me out, right, it's definitely some of the 35 and 36 cost stuff. They don't have a lot of that, by the way, and honestly, I could probably do treasure spawns, do the metal exchange, it be cheaper than this, and then, like, if I were to, like, get to the last point, like the 3rd step up, if I get anything of 35 or 36 cost higher, it's going to help me. 34 cost is going to help me, but 34 cost is getting outdated, so I'm not going to worry too much about 34 costs. Just 35 costs and higher. And those rates, they go as low as 32. So honestly, I'm probably only going to be getting 32s and 33s. I'm probably not going to be getting 35s anytime soon, because my luck with the step up spawns have been a bit decent, but not anything like too like recognizable or extremely lucky. So that's pretty much that. And if I really want 35 cost monsters, right, I could just go ahead and instead do like the monster spawn, the 70 gem monster spawn. Now guarantees 35 and 36 cost monsters. It's going to be at least 35 cost, and it's going to be awakened twice, so I need more awakening material. I need to waste some extra 35 cost I could awaken, and then I need the awakening material for them. If I could switch out some of my 33s with some of my 35s, that's a 4k increase in gear score right there. A solid 4k, all hands down, no questions asked. So I'm just going to stick with the monster spawn because the monster spawn is a lot more better deal. It's guaranteed to give me that cost threshold I want. So personally, it's not going to help me. And if I were to go on my Lancer set, right, all the way down here, it's right here. This one's going to be like 729k, right? If I look at my Lancer set, 34s, 32s, 33s. I got 130 in here. I legitimately got 130 in here. Got 131. The rest are going to be like 32s, not 32s, but they're pretty much, a few of them are 32. Mainly 33s and higher are what I have in my Lancer set. As you can see right here, mainly 33s or higher what I have. I have a couple 32s. I have like maybe two 31s, if not yeah, I have the Ordeal set. The Ordeal set's the only 31s in here. Then I have one Athena Lance. So pretty much it all comes down to your gear score, how far you are in the game. If you don't have a lot of 31 and 32 cost stuff or higher, definitely the step up spawn is not going to hurt you. But if you're like me right now on both either my Lancer set or my Archer set, and you already got a lot of 32 cost or higher stuff, especially if it's higher than 32 cost, this spawn is, I wouldn't say it's going to be recommended. It's a good deal for what they have, right? But they are like, if you're looking for specifics or you're looking for stuff that's going to give higher gear score at the very end of the day, this spawn's probably not the best idea, considering you're probably not going to get, most of the time, you're probably not going to get anything over 33 cost. It's possible, but more than less, you're going to be getting stuff that's 33 cost or lower out of this spawn, especially probably 32s and 31s. At least SSR gear piece wise, considering they only have like 32 cost monsters and 33s. But yeah, that's pretty much what I gotta say about the step up spawn. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.